And it says we are live. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. That must mean, baby, it's time for GotBot Go Live. I, of course, am your humble host, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, hit the notification bell. It helps me out a ton, and it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor. As well, you could use the donate link. You can see what we have to offer to you on Spring, or of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Thankfully, the heat is kind of broken a little bit here this evening, but we're still kind of going through high heat. I think we're nearing the end of it. I hope, fingers crossed. So if I'm a little bit off, that's why. But we are here all the same. We're going to update some Legacy Uni listings. We're going to update the release date, apparently, at least here in Canada, of Srtudio Series 86 Brawn. As well, we're going to provide an update to Srtudio Series 86 Swoop and a listing for that as well. Actually, two listings for that, which shed a little bit of light on when we might expect it and whatnot, and kind of what size class it will actually be. We're also going to talk about Code Red. That's the Stranger Things crossover, and a very interesting story from our buddy Mike about how that kind of got revealed accidentally. We aren't supposed to know about it yet, but they were forced to kind of reveal it at SDCC. We're going to talk about Vladivostok, which is a version, a third-party version of Metroplex, and we're going to update that as well. Plus, we're going to be looking at kind of what 3.0 was showing off at ACG, or is it AGC? I can't remember how it goes, in Hong Kong, right? And we're going to do trivia and tonight's unboxing, and we're going to talk a little bit about Srtudio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. For patrons, channel members, I went into a pretty deep dive about my first impressions about that, but we're going to touch on it here now that I've had time to think about it a little bit, as well as some thoughts about Nova Prime now that I've had time to think about it a little bit. Of course, I hope you guys are having a tremendous week. Bear with me while I get things set up here for us. I need to bear with me here, guys. I'm trying for you. Bear with me. I don't have anything broken now. I'm trying to figure out why I can't seem to do my pop-out chat, which is weird. I normally pop the chat out, and I don't know why I don't seem to have that option tonight. Weird. Okay, we're gonna try, I guess, and make it through. I don't know why normally I do have that option though. That's really strange. Okay, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Hey Ultra Megatronus, hey Keldeo, Waspinator. Yeah, I was a couple of minutes late. Nothing major, just a couple of minutes late tonight. Hey Phantom. You gotta get Snarl, Snap, and Slag. You got, well, I mean, they're both out, right? Happy hunting, I guess. But as for Swoop, we'll get into it. Boy, that's some nice cold water. Let's go down here. Hey, Celestial. Love that name, man. That's excellent. Mike, Marcus. Hey, Tony. Hey, Liebert. I think I already said hey to you, Ultra Megatronus, but I'm going to say it again in case I didn't, buddy. My week's been okay. I gotta say, it's actually been a pretty decent week. I got some stuff accomplished the week, so not everything that I wanted to get accomplished, and it's been some ups and downs, but overall, it's been an okay week. Hey, Warren, Fearsome, BS Prime, Big M. Big M had a big haul today. I'm envious. I'll tell you now. I know everybody's getting all of the Toxitron stuff, and it has appeared in my province at one Walmart location about about an hour or so away, hour and 20 or so away, but I have yet to see it at any of the 3 locations around me. Will we? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yet we still have a one store still has one Velocitron Galaxy Shuttle. Box is in bad shape, and it's the only one left on the shelf. And do you think Walmart will mark that down? No, sir. No, sir. Still full price. Hey, Razor Bear. And Class. That's nice. I like that. Hey, Lance. Dragonfly. Hope everything's good with you, buddy. Hey, Acres. I think it's Acres. I hope I'm saying it right. Ariel and Dion set and all of the Toxitron. Yeah, except Grimlock today. Yeah, I mean, I saw the picture. I like the Ariel and Dion set, but I mean that's the G1 that's my G1, right? Like I'm not into the comic sets because they don't mean anything to me. But yeah, it was a great haul for you, man. Really happy for you. Yeah, no Toxitron stuff there where Dragonfly is either. Okay, let's get going on the news and stuff. As a matter of fact, I forgot to bring over my pen. So we're going to use Optimus Pen today so I can mark stuff off after I've talked about it. Let's jump right into, I think, the most interesting of the main news. Let me just kind of go back here to the beginning. Srtudio Series 86 Swoop. I have had it reported to me first by one store that's only in Canada now, but I've had it confirmed by a second chain, that second chain being GameStop, apparently, that they have in their system Srtudio Series 86 Swoop. However, it is not slated for release until, at least tentatively, spring of 2024. So can that move up? Yeah, we know they change dates all the time, but right now it is slated as a leader. It is leader price, and it is slated for spring 2024 release, according to not one but 2 listings from 2 different like main chains, right? So yeah, make of that what you will. If you're looking for the other 2 Dinobots, I mean, you got half a year maybe to find them. Could this, like I said, could this change be moved up? Absolutely it could, but right now it's looking like spring 2024. I mean, if we follow through the way these releases often happen, that might end up changing and becoming like around holiday time, around the holiday season. We'll see as time goes on, but right now Swoop is a leader price, and spring 2024. Brawn, Srtudio Series 86 Brawn, was slated, at least here in Canada, for release on August the 1st. However, that has now changed to August the 8th, at least from GameStop. Again, could other locations have him show up sooner? Sure. I'm surprised that nowhere has had him really yet, and we're not seeing a lot of reports about it, considering this is the 27th of July, and he's supposed to release August, right? So I guess we'll see. I got to believe that he's right around the corner. Now, some places like Amazon.ca have him not coming until October. So there's a pretty big range between August and October. We'll have to see what happens. But right now, it looks like Swoop is going to be spring of 2024. And it looks like Brawn is not going to be August the 1st, but rather August the 8th, at least in Canada. As for the US, I don't know. By the way, and I'll mention this now too, since we're talking about dates and whatnot, the Buzzworthy Bumblebee 2-pack of Dead Prime or Dead Prowl and Dead Ironhide is also out now, kind of, in the US. So in Canada, it was put out on the shelves of Toys R Us. Some stores sold them, some did not. Ours here did not. I put it back away because it's apparently not allowed to go out until August the 1st. Well, in the US, the same sort of thing has happened with Target, where some Targets have sold them, some have not, and put them away and are saying that the release date is July the 30th. So next couple of days, you should see those packs en masse if you're interested in it. Mark that off. What about some listings for Legacy Uni? We have some new listings from Walmart.com. So Walmart in the US. I haven't seen these on .ca yet, but in the US, Voyager Voyager Animated Optimus Prime, Voyager Beast Wars Silverbolt, Voyager Cyber Starscream. I don't know if that's Cybertron Starscream or Cyberverse Starscream. Time will tell. And Voyager Transformers Prime Thundertron, who was supposed to be in season 3, and he was supposed to be the captain of a bunch of pirates. But since season 3 got cut down to 13 episodes and they stuck with the whole Predacons being reanimated story, we didn't get to the pirates. I don't think we got to was it Sea Spray who was supposed to be in season 3 as well? There's a lot of lost stuff from Prime season 3 that we never got, sadly. All of those Voyagers are going to be $32.97 US. I feel like that's another price hike in the US, but I don't know what a Voyager goes for down there now. I thought it was $29.99, but yeah, $32.97 for a Voyager in the US, man. Just saying. As well, Tiger Hawk, leader class Tiger Hawk, that's still listed for $55. When are these Legacy Uni offerings supposed to be coming? My guess would be they're probably slated for January, maybe February, like Q1, which means we'll probably start seeing Uni around the end of the year, around the holidays, much like I suspect we're going to start seeing Swoop. Time will tell for sure, but that's kind of where things stand. Everything up and coming, kind of ending off 2023, leading in to, I guess, winter, spring of 2024. But yeah, if you're looking for the other Dinobots, we know Swoop is coming. The listing is the listing. It's a listing. It's not a rumor. It's not a whatever. It's a listing in a computer system, in a stock system, right? I can also tell you that it's also been reported to me that apparently in Canada, again, if you're in Canada, listen closely. Word is that at least as far as Toys R Us goes, word is that they have ordered less than 200 units of the Titan class Nemesis for the entire country. So if you want a Nemesis and you're going to go that route, I don't know what GameStop is going to do or any of the online retailers if you want to pay the shipping and stuff for that. But if you're kind of banking on the Titan coming to Toys R Us, it looks like my guess is a lot will get. I think they're going to do another order personally. But my guess is that stores will probably get anywhere from, I'd say 2 to 4. And I think that's going to be about as many as they get. Time again will tell. But that's where all that sort of stands. What else do we have here? We saw images. Speaking of Toxitron, Big M mentioned he didn't get the Grimlock. We've seen images of that weird G2 yellowy Grimlock with the teal-y highlights. Okay. I mean, Srtudio Series 86 Grimlock is a tremendous mold. I don't know if I really like this color scheme on him, but you know what? I respect anyone who does. There's something to like about the metallic nature of the teal that's on it, I guess. I don't think it's for me. We also saw images of Cascade and Javelin in hand. Again, I don't really... The Bumblebee movie RC mold is pretty good, but the one that I reviewed, the chest did not like to stay tabbed into the back. It always came out. It's a minor thing overall for what's generally a really good mold, but I would think to myself that the same thing is likely to happen with, I'm going to say Cascade. I don't know who's who. And then Javelin, the one I'm calling Javelin, uses again that Siege chromium mold that for me is top 5 worst of all time. It's so bad. People have said to me like, oh, I like that mold. I don't know how. I mean, the hip skirt just falls off. The hips are loosey-goosey. She can't really stand up. Weak ankles. The chunks on the side of her leg, unless you move them, her knee cannot bend. I don't know. I don't like it. It's not a mold for me, but it might be for you. The Bradford Exchange. Remember the Bradford Exchange? They used to do spoons or plates or I don't know. I can remember when I was a kid seeing like, exclusively through the Bradford Exchange, because it would be some uppity person that would kind of be talking very proper. Like they'd always have some collectibles. Well, they're getting into Transformers. However, I'll give credit where credit is due. These are 7.5-inch cold cast metal sculptures that are hand painted to detail, and they are pretty beautiful. Again, they're going to have heft because they're metal, right? $90 US, which for something that's completely metal, that's 7.5 inches, that's hand painted, I don't think that $90 US is unreasonable. I think it's actually quite reasonable. The first release, or what they're calling, I think, issue 1, is going to be Optimus Prime, followed by Megatron, Bumblebee, and Starscream, and others. My guess is the and others will be determined by how well these ones sell. They're beautiful statues. They really are. Kind of a dry brush type of look to me, sort of a weathered look to me on the Optimus that was shown. Again, I'm not a statues guy, but for anyone who is, and anyone who's a statues guy or a statues girl or a statues whatever it is you identify as, if you're a statues person and you're a diecast person, these might be for you. I mean, the quality is definitely there. I'll give credit where credit is due. Rescue Bots. Not often do we get Rescue Bots news, but we are getting a 4-pack of Rescue Bots. 4-pack. That's right. And it will be Megatron, Starscream, Optimus, and Bumblebee. Are we even shocked? No. They are the classic heroes all in one package. So if you know the classic heroes line of Rescue Bots, or classic heroes, period, like I'm most familiar with the Primal because it's the one that's kind of around here the most. But the Optimus and the Bee, I guess, versus the Starscream and the Megatron. Megatron doesn't really look like a Megatron to me. A lot more purple on him than I would have anticipated. And he turns into a tank. Nevertheless, if you are into Rescue Bots and you like those, you can get all 4 at once. The whole 4-pack is $38.99 US, which I don't know. That I guess that's $10-ish a piece, little less than $10 a piece. Might be okay. Might be all right. Again, it's not for me. They, by the way, if you're wondering, hey, how come I haven't seen that Rescue Bots 4-pack already? Because it's not out yet. It comes out in August. So a few days away. And Vladivostok. Now, Vladivostok is actually a Russian community on the western side. Kind of a hop, skip, and a jump, really, from Alaska. I'm saying hop, skip, and a jump for lack of a better term, but you get the idea. It is the name Y-C001 Culture Defense Fortress. It's their version of FOC Fortress Maximus. If you're wondering how big this is, maybe you never ever got the 2013 Generations Magnus, or sorry, Metroplex. I mean Metroplex. And if I said FOC Magnus, I meant FOC Metroplex. It is Vladivostok is a third-party FOC Metroplex. If you didn't get the Generations, or say you didn't get the, I think it was Make Toys or Make Toys version, if I'm not mistaken, and I think that was about 15, 16 inches maybe. This one is going to stand at 17.72 inches. If you're wondering how big that is, it's the exact same size as Studio Cell Unicron. So look at Cell next to a Titan, and you will know how big this Metroplex will be. I think it's good. I think the robot mode looks very well articulated and looks very chunky and hefty. I think the rolling, I don't know, battle base mode looks believable. And I think the city mode also pulls it off really, really, really well. If I didn't have the Generations, I would 100% get this. 100% I would be in on this. And because everything looks so good on it, here's the kicker. Let's say you don't have that, but let's say you got the HasLab Unicron. This still lets you have what is, in essence, a Titan Metroplex who would be smaller than your Unicron, if that's a concern or a consideration for you. As I said, if I didn't have the Generations Metroplex that's 2 feet tall, I would definitely get this one that's 18 inches tall. And I got to believe it's probably even better articulated. Here's the kicker. His price, $106 US. It is an absolute steal of a deal. I was flabbergasted when I saw the pictures and heard that price. Even now, I'm skeptical about that being the real price, but apparently $106 US. Don't ask me about pre-orders or any such thing, because I only found out the new images and stuff and that information recently. I haven't gone hunting or looking for it. If you want to, and you want to keep your kind of nose to the grindstone with it, and you're thinking, oh, this is my chance to get a great looking Metroplex. Again, you can see the images on tformers.com, and they do have there a lot of the details, but it is Vladivostok C001 Culture Defense Fortress. He has 20 points of articulation. He comes with a slammer accessory. I would say start keeping your eyes peeled now because he is slated for a winter 2023 release. I would say that that means just before the holidays because, you know, 2023 only got a few months left, right? It can go away. I have not been a fan of 2023, I got to say. I vastly prefer 2020, 2021, and 2022. I have not enjoyed 2023. Let's check in with you guys. Oh, I'll mention this. PulseCon, September 22nd. Who cares? And the Menosaur pack. We'll talk about that and Magnus next. Let's just check in with what you guys are saying. I know I'm missing stuff. So, you know, bear with me a bit here, guys. Bum, bum, bum. Hold on here, guys. Bear with me here just a moment. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. I know that this isn't the most entertaining thing for you. I apologize. Just bear with me a minute. That's all. I'm not shocked that it's a leader price, to be honest with you, Ultra Megatronus. That's exactly what I expected he would because the other ones have been, right? I went to Toys R Us last week just to look. What? Just to look. They used to have a whole aisle of Transformers. Now it is with Masters of the Universe and G.I. Joe. Yeah, here's with G.I. Joe and Indiana Jones at the moment. And something called like Fugglers or Fugglies or something. I don't know. It's weird. Hey, Jay! Cartoon Swoop was as tall as the other Dinobots, so leader sounds about right. No, what? I'm looking to finish up with Classic. That's fair. Still looking for Snarl. You know what's funny? Like my Snarl was a pre-order, but I have yet to see him in store anywhere. I thought the 2-pack and passed on it. Don't really need it. Yeah, I think that's the going idea for a lot of people, Jay, that they don't necessarily need that 2-pack. Went to Walmart on Monday and laughed at the ROTB Srtudio Series 86 and Legacy head theft. I guess that doesn't happen here. I did grab. Like I have yet to see one with his head gone. It doesn't happen here. I did grab SS Buzzworthy Prime. Yeah, I saw that. SS38 has the better truck mode, but 102 has crazy articulation. Even an ab crunch. I mean, neither of them are my prime, so I'm happy you're happy, but I don't know. I don't know either mold. I have never even seen in person. Like I've seen pictures, but I've never even seen Srtudio Series. That's a lie. I have seen Srtudio Series 86 in person on a shelf. I've never handled it. I like the SS 38. I think I said 86. I like the SS 38 better. I know that the truck is better, and I know a lot of people say that the Buzzworthy Prime robot mode is better and better proportions. I don't find he has better proportions. I like the Srtudio Series 38 proportions better, honestly. But, you know, I mean, to each their own. I don't have a dog in the fight. I think I might be more forgiving of this new Prime. Same in the movie. If he didn't have the silver up on the top of his chest, I don't like that. It should be red around his windows. And maybe that's my pull to Srtudio Series 38, right? But that being said, I don't think either one is bad. They're just varying degrees of a good prime. I heard Cosmos Blue Streak and Sea Spray were going to be on Prime, but yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff too, Blue. As we go down, and guys, if I'm skipping some stuff, I apologize. 32.97 for a Voyager actually is a slight price drop. Okay. I don't know what the prices have been there for Voyagers, right? So you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. I'm surprised Hasbro, what? I'm sure Hasbro will pad the Swoop leader price. You know what? I don't think they're going to do anything to pad Swoop. I think that they know that everybody just has the 4. They're going to release a Voyager, price it as a leader, because who's not going to complete the set? You know you're going to get it because you know you want to complete the set. And that's how little integrity that company has, right? Voyager price $33.99. Okay, well then $32.97 is a little bit less. Great. I wish it'd go down here. As we go down here a little bit. I don't know why you're saying the pre-rescue bots with a question mark. I guess pre-rescue bots, I suppose. I don't know. I skipped the mainline Voyager for the Srtudio Series version. That's fair. I think I could see an argument for doing just that. Hey, Fearless. Greetings from Florida. I hear you guys have been having about 105 degrees down there too. You know what? If you can believe it, our little island in the North Atlantic has been having pretty much the same temperatures as Florida. Difference being you guys have AC like everywhere, and we do not. It's been a lot of spending time in water, going for rides in your car with the AC on. It's been a lot of fans, that sort of stuff, right? And guys, again, I apologize if I'm skipping your stuff. I want to get through the stuff, right? Yes, bless you, Starscream wife, Blue said. She says thanks. I need to see a review of 86 Magnus to give my opinion. It's very interesting. I feel like we're going to talk about that in a minute, but I don't think you're alone, Blue. I really don't think you're alone. Hope Chauncey is doing good. I did hear an update on Chauncey. He's very tired and not really responding to a lot of stuff, but apparently, he's doing all right. He's trying to follow the doctor's, advice and whatnot. Most of us, I think, in the community know Chauncey. And it's like I always keep telling him and Terry, look, you have an army of people against your back, pulling for you. Get well, buddy. Heal up. We're here whenever you're feeling better. It's really rocking and rolling here. Yeah, absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Okay, let's get back to some of the news here. So the Magnus, let's kind of get that out of the way. So I kind of went into a bit of a deep dive for my patrons and my channel members, but I'm going to give you just a very quick thought. So when I saw the Magnus, I was like, I don't know if I need it. And that doesn't mean I don't like it. I think it's an excellent, excellent looking Magnus. Some people have said perfect. It's not perfect. I don't think necessarily having the blue translucent eyes was the best call. A lot of the back of the head is clear, and if the light catches it right, his eyes will be brilliant. And I do like that they are painted blue if the light isn't there, but I do feel like they're a bit dark. I think I would have preferred colored eyes, even though I do like light piping. On the side of his chest, while I love that the blue flips up and the chest opens for the Matrix, I do not like the white hinges on the side of the chest. I wish that they were just red. And on his lower legs, around the top of the knee, basically, is red. I assume that's for transformation and stuff. But I find the red really stands out. I feel like the white paint probably should have been continued a little bit more than it was. Now, those are minor gripes. Then we saw the display images. And my first thought when we saw the top-down one is, that's a lot of arm accordioning to get the arms in front of him to hold the Matrix with his fingers. I do like his articulated fingers, very much like Rodimus Prime. Which brings me to this guy. Now, here's what's really interesting. Magnus, in his display case, had closest to him Brawn on one side and Ironhide on the other. And again, this is very, very rough. Brawn seemed to come up to the bottom of his waist. This guy comes up to about the thigh. I feel like this Magnus, the Combiner Wars one, and mine is upgraded, but I feel like the Combiner Wars one is a slight bit taller. I don't think he's as dense as the 86, but I think he's a slight bit taller. Why am I using pipes? Because pipes, Huffer and Brawn, are all supposed to be the same size. And since they're so into scale now, I assume that when Brawn comes out, he's going to be this size, which would mean that he should be up a little bit higher, I think. Now, The Ironhide should come to the top of the waist. And again, the proportions might even be a bit different. So all that is very rough. I feel like size-wise, he's going to be about the same size as the Combiner Wars with more depth to him, with more density to him, and more mass to him, because he is Commander class. I did a kind of a very deep walkthrough. Now, naturally, that is more G1 accurate than this is, even with my 2 upgrade kits. And the one piece of articulation that one, or 2 pieces of articulation that one seems to have that my upgrade one doesn't is a waist, which admittedly is an important piece of articulation. And my new hands from the X2 toy set gives him base pin knuckle fingers. And like the first 2 fingers are individual and the last 2 are together. But he's going to have typewriter hands because he doesn't have a secondary hinge, which again, the Commander class one does. So I'll give, more parts count at the fingers credit. Why am I saying all that? Because in looking at it, I feel like it's a bit shorter, smaller than Armada Optimus and then Jetfire, which I think are like the standard bearers of, vertically speaking, the standard bearers of what Commander class should be. That said, do I think that the 86 Ultra Magnus is bad or anything? No, not at all. Not at all. I think he's quite good, quite good. And if you're on the fence about it, I wouldn't necessarily rest on it and be thinking to yourself, oh, I'm going to wait for a sale. I don't think he's going to be around that long. I really don't, because there are a lot of people that think he's perfect. Again, take note, anyone who's not a G1 fan, who has said many times over, I wish they'd do something other than G1. I wish they'd do something other than G1. You need to support your product the same. Like, as much as I hate to say this, the jolt that's going to be coming out with that recolor of Hotshot, you as an Armada fan need to look at that and say, oh my goodness, I better get it right away, because, and it's not even a FOMO thing. That has nothing to do with it. It's a comparison of G1, because G1 fans are going to look at this Magnus, and if they're even thinking for a second that, yeah, I think this is the Magnus for me, they jump on it as soon as the pre-orders go up. You need to do the same thing if you want Hasbro to move in that, in a different direction. I'm not sure. And if I get it, cool. If I never ever get it, fine, because I love this one. And then you got someone like Blue who said, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to wait and see a couple of reviews. And I think that that's fair. Actually, I think that that's really wise. I hope that doesn't mean that it will be harder to track down, because it shouldn't be. If Hasbro is smart, they're going to make sure that there's ample of this Magnus, because the dude is going to sell. He's going to sell better than most commanders because it's Ultra Magnus. If you're happy with the Siege or Earthrise, there's an argument for that too. And like I said, I went over everything in more detail, in that exclusive content, but that's kind of just a quick hot take. I think he's good. I don't know if he's the one for me. The Minnesota pack, a lot of people are going to be angry about that, if for nothing else than the extra line work on the windows of breakdown to make him look a little bit more like a Lambo. A lot of people have been missing Wild Rider, for example, and he was not abundant here at all. I don't know. I think a lot of people that have been trying to hunt down the parts are going to see this as a slap in the face myself, but what do I know? Shattered Glass Sideswipe. I want to offer an apology, and I can't remember who it goes to. So somebody, was talking about this on one of the Facebook groups, and I said, I don't know what you're talking about. It's the Siege one. And I stand corrected. So if he sees this, and like I said, I don't know who it was. I can't remember his name. But a lot of people were saying, it's the Siege, it's the Siege. And he was correcting them, saying, no, it's not totally the Siege. And at first I was like, what's this guy talking about? And then I looked at the pictures closer. I'm like, holy smokes, he's right. It is the Earthrise mold with everything except the hood. The hood is the Siege hood. The rest of the mold for the Shattered Glass Sideswipe is the Earthrise Sideswipe. So it's the Earthrise body with the Siege hood. A lot of people have said that this is a pre-tool for a Wheeljack. I don't know a Wheeljack that looks like a Sideswipe. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's either something from the IDW comics that, again, is nothing like Wheeljack, much like Rise of the Beast, or it's going to be some haphazard, nonsensically slapped on name on some sort of Unicron trilogy rubbish. That's what I'm going with. I would love to have the Shattered Glass Sideswipe and Rodimus 2-pack. I don't see it happening. Don't see it happening. C'est la vie. What am I going to do, you know? But an apology to him when I said Siege. I was wrong. It's the Earthrise, as he said, with the Siege hood. And the little Whisper that comes with it. Now, Whisper I know is a mini-con, and I mentioned how I figure that this is like something that'll probably go used as G2 smokescreen, and I believe that still. But I don't know I don't know if it's a new mold or if it's an Arms Micron or what that is. It's cool though. Nacelle. Let's talk about Nacelle for a moment and the coloration, because some people were like, "Oh, it's G1," and some people were like, "Well, no, it's not." And they were like, "Yeah, he's part of the welcoming committee." And then they said, "Yeah, but that fourth bot in the very back of the welcoming committee that I never knew was there. I thought the welcoming committee was just 3 guys, but the fourth bot right in the back is a very dark blue. Why doesn't this Nacelle look like that?" Okay, let me clear it up a little bit based on some research I did, and I cleared this up for a few people, and they were like, "Oh, thanks. Okay, that makes sense." This is part of the Comic Origins capsule, which is Amazon exclusive, which means this version of Nacelle is actually based on the IDW 2019 reboot. The reference to it being like the G1 is the fact that it is a Tetrajet, like the Seekers were in More Than Meets the Eye, the first episode. You could just as easily say like the G1 Rainmakers, and it would be a same sort of G1 Link, because previously Nacelle's always had an Earth mode. So he is a Tetrajet like G1. Okay, you with me so far? He is based on the IDW 2019 reboot, and his colors originated as what were going to be thrust colors in like a piece of like Japanese promotion, but Thrust ended up, of course, being red and black as we know him. But that was the original Thrust colors from way back in the day, and they became established in 2015 thanks to, I want to say, BotCon, at least the Collector Club, Fun Pub, but they became established as Nacelle in 2015. So the colorations kind of come from Japan via the association with Nacelle through 2015. The association with the original G1 Seekers comes explicitly because he's a Tetrajet, and because he's part of the Comic Universe capsule or the Comic Origins capsule. His origin apparently is the IDW G1 2019 reboot. Hope that clears up a bit about Nacelle. Yes, I'm getting him. I love the Siege mold infinitely more than the Earthrise one. It is grossly the superior mold. But you know, I can't wait to get it. It's going to be, and you know what? I don't feel like I'm being taken advantage of or anything like that with it, because it's such a good mold. Can't wait to have it. Then we get to Nova Prime. And, you know, like, I have enjoyed my custom Nova Prime. He's been great for me in Universal Collision, but I never, ever liked the fact he didn't have his wings and stuff. And I know you could have gotten the SND, Primo, whatever it is, add-on kit, but you got to go popping pins and stuff for that. I'm not popping pins. I've tried it 3 or 4 times. I can't do it. I cannot. I've never, ever been able to pop a pin. I simply can't do it. I've seen other people do it. It scares the life out of me. But I've tried, and I've broken some guys, but I've broken the plastic line before a pin ever moved. And I've tried from both sides. Like, I can't do it. I can't wait for the proper one. This has served me well. It really served me well. It lent itself nicely to it. But I'm not going to lie. I can't wait for the new one. I do have the pre-order in on that as well. He looks like a big, hefty, chunky boy. The only thing that bothers me is I wish that the wings behind him looked a little less Predaking and were angled like down this way a little more, so that they look more like the comics instead of being angled up. If you know what he looks like, if you know what Nova Prime looks like, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I hope I cleared all that up. Funko Rodimus and Galvatron 2-pack that was an SDCC exclusive is also an exclusive at GameStop. It just doesn't have the SDCC sticker. The 2-pack is $25 USD. It's all out over the US if you're into Funko Pops, I guess. Rise of the Beast Wheeljack Rhinox 2-pack is out in the US. It's been out in Vancouver, I think, or at least in British Columbia here, but I haven't heard tell of it in any other province. Weird. But yeah, that 2-pack is out in the US. It was seen at a Target in California. So at least California has the Rhinox Battlemaster with that smaller deluxe-ish, maybe Scout class-ish version of Wheeljack. Or, you know, what they're calling Wheeljack. Just saying. We already talked about the Prowl Ironhide pack, so I don't need to do that. By the way, as well out in the US is the Rise of the Beast Jungle 3-pack. This is the pack that has the mainline deluxe Bumblebee, the mainline deluxe Air Razor, not the Srtudio Series Air Razor, the first one we saw where like Air Razor looked younger, and the mainline, not Srtudio Series, the mainline Mirage. Those three are in the Jungle pack. They are out as well in the US. I don't know if I noted where they were seen or not. I don't think so. And Buzzworthy Bumblebee Srtudio Series Optimus Prime, also out in the US, as Jay has attested to. And also out in the US, the 25 centimeter, 22 step Rise of the Beast, Beast Mode Optimus Prime. The one where he has the sparkly lion head in his chest. I don't get those beast things. Whatever. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. We're going to talk about Stranger Things and Code Red and a weird little story to go along with it. In just a moment, I'm going to check in with you guys. Let's go up here just a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, everybody, man, if there's such a thing as like energy of the universe being able to help someone, please send Shanti all of your love, all of your best wishes. And, you know, not for nothing, but if you want to help a brother out to getting another teaching position, a full year teaching position this year, like, I mean, feel free to send me a few of your positive vibes. Just saying. 86 Magnus looks all right, maybe a little too broad in the shoulders. Oh, by the way, somebody said to me, yeah, but your guy can't do a butterfly. Yes, he can. My guy can butterfly, no problem. One hinge, butterflies. And he could get his hands up and hold the Matrix too if I wanted him to. But just wanted to point that out. That, yeah, he can. Not a series of accordion. Not that there's anything wrong with the accordion hinges. Like, I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, like, I see it, I'm like, it seems needlessly complicated, but I'm not hateful on it. I still think that Magnus is great. Maybe a little too wide for some people. I don't know. We'll have to see. I want to see it in action before I make a determination. Very interesting. A lot of people are saying that. I mean, the 86 Magnus is a major improvement over whatever the heck Kingdom Magnus was. I didn't mind Kingdom Magnus. I don't like the alt mode to it, but I have the Kingdom Magnus as my Shattered Glass Magnus, so I have the mold. I like it. I don't, you know, I have no problem with it. I think the Kingdom one is better than the Siege one. And I think the Siege one is good too. So I don't know. I think Magnus is one of those guys, like, he's lucky. He got a whole bunch of versions of himself that's really good. Will the Srtudio Series 86 top them all? Yeah, probably. We'll see. We'll have to see. Vehicle mode at least absolutely blows the Kingdom. Yes, vehicle mode does blow the Kingdom out. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. Peter Cullen's birthday's tomorrow? Really? Didn't we just celebrate Peter Cullen's birthday? Underground, can't wait for the new Ultra Magnus. See, there's a diehard G1 fan for you. Or a diehard Magnus fan. Unless I see Meg in the wild, I'm good with the Combiner Wars one. Fair enough, Warren, honestly. Fair enough. Like, I'm not pre-ordering it or anything like that. It's kind of like the Toxitron stuff. Like, I'd like to have a Toxitron. I'd like to have a cloud cover. But I heard that the Walmart.ca pre-orders were a disaster for a lot of people, and I didn't want to chance that. Plus, Once you have a pre-order in on Walmart, you can't cancel it. I learned that with Cosmos last year. So I didn't really want to do it. I hope that I see them, but I mean, we never ever did get the Scourge color. So I don't know. I don't know if we'll get it. We'll have to wait and see. No disrespect to IDW, but I realized Combiner Wars Magnus is designed after the comic book or before. I don't know what. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because at the time, that's what they were doing. 2013, 2014, 2015, Generations was based on the IDW designs. Just, it is what it is. Actually, I think 16, 17. I think through Titan's Return and Power of the Primes, maybe, was based on those designs. No, Magnus won't be in stores for long. I agree with Marcus. And you know what? Oh, like, I'm cool because I'm sure that there will be people here who will absolutely buy that Magnus 100%. Like, I hope I get a chance to, to review it at least. We'll see. We'll see. You never know. And you know what? Maybe somebody will be like, man, GotBot, you should have this Magnus. I don't know. People do things all the time. We'll see. I do think that he's going to be impressive. I don't know if he's necessarily for me, but I do think he's going to be really impressive. I don't expect the physics to what? I don't expect the physics. Oh, sorry. I don't expect to physically see Srtudio Series 86 in stores at all. The only commander I ever saw in person was Rodimus. No, I've seen most of them at GameStop and Toys R Us. I haven't seen any commanders at Walmart. I don't think. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I've seen any commanders there. What? I find no complaints to G1. Respect, I have some representation. I grew up in Unicron Trilogy, movies and animated and so on. Yeah, that's, and you know what? I think that those fans deserve their comeuppance, Blue. I really do. And I think those fans need to support the product if they want to go in that direction. Simple as that. I'd love to support the new Hot Shot, but that Jolt could have come with the Hot Shot that I already have. Yeah, you're right. The Jolt should have come out. The Jolt is basically the size of a Micromaster. There you go. Thank you, Brain, for not failing on me. Yeah, he's the size of a Micromaster with better articulation, as he should be. Lights flickering there. Oh no. It's Armada Wheeljack. Blah. It's Sideswipe. It's a different colored Sideswipe. Again, it's not Wheeljack. That's Sideswipe. You could say what you like. I'd be okay with them changing his color, but he should have still been called Sideswipe because it's Sideswipe. Just saying. As we go down here a bit. Yeah, Mike said the same thing. Hey, Transformers Talk Raw. Or Carjack, as I call it. Carjack! Yes, give him his own name. There you go. Keldeo nailed it. As we go down here, our Armada Wheeljack look like Sideswipe. Another reason I can't get into Unicron Trilogy, because they don't even use the character names right. I can't get behind that. I'm sorry. Like, you might as well look at this Superman movie, and he's Batman. It's as night and day different as that to me, right? Hey, Aiden. What? Oh, Whispers and Armada Minicon? Okay. Who in SG is loud and proud? Okay. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't know anybody in the Waspinator just said I thought Secret number 4. I think Secret number 4 is Bitchstream. I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I don't know who any of them are. I didn't know they had names until somewhat recently, to be perfectly honest with you. I know the flamethrower one is Hotlink, apparently. We all know Sunstorm. I thought the third one was Bitchstream, the like purpley one. And then there's another one that you can barely see, like next to the one that I thought was Bitchstream. And apparently that one is Nacelle. I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest with you. I have the Collectors Club Nacelle, right? That's what it was. Collectors Club. There you go. We rarely ever get tornadoes in my whole life. Listen, you want to talk about tornadoes? A funnel cloud started to form in the central area of our province a few days ago because of the extreme heat. We've never, ever had even a funnel cloud start to form. We live in Hurricane Alley. I'm like, you know what we're missing living here in Hurricane Alley? Tornadoes. That's what we need. We need tornadoes to go along with the hurricanes. Be safe, man. Maybe your old Nova Prime custom could be reused as a shattered glass Nova Prime. Maybe. I assume that I'll end up passing that one along to my son, who also kind of collects. So I think it'll go. I think it'll go to him. Yeah, I'm sure it's a fantastic kit. Like I said, I'm not popping pins. I cannot do it. It's like trying to take out screws. I can't get screws out of these things. I don't know how you people do it. I just strip the head of the screw long before it ever moves. I have no idea how you guys do it. If Hasbro will not make a yellow wing, blue Starscream, what? If Hasbro will not make a yellow wing, blue Starscream repaint, I'm canonizing him as my OC. Okay. I don't know what you're saying, but you do you. You make a Storm Striker. That's a cool name. I got the Nova Prime with the upgrade kit. After the money I spent on that, I'm skipping this one. That's fair. That's fair. If you got one that fills the bill for you like that, for sure, I get it. Hey, Ninja Bill. Hey, Ash. Go all the way with the weather catastrophes or go home. Right? Right? We've also had flooding before, too, because newsflash, we're an island in the Atlantic Ocean. We get it all. Okay, so Stranger Things, we know that there's a crossover coming out. And we know that crossover is going to be the van that apparently is Surfer Boy Pizza. And he's going to be called Code Red. He's going to stand 6.5 inches, transform in 16 steps. He's going to come with a bat, an axe, a pizza box, and the Surfer Boy Pizza blaster. I guess it's the symbol turns into a blaster or whatever. And a blast effect. Now, I watched season 1 of Stranger Things, and that's all I've watched of it. And I was like, it's okay. To me, it seemed a lot like Stephen King. Starts off really interesting and really unique, and then turns stupid with all these monsters and fantasy nonsense and stuff. I'm a sci-fi guy. I'm not a fantasy guy. It doesn't land with me. So I really don't know this reference. I don't know what season it's from. I don't know if there would have been a better vehicle. I don't know the characters. I know there was anyway a girl named 11 with a shaved head, and that's literally all I know. And there's the Upside Down or the Inside Out or something like that. I don't know the series. I'm not gonna lie. However, apparently that was not supposed to be revealed at SDCC, at least if you believe what our buddy Mike says. So Mike was there, and I don't want to say his last name just in case he doesn't necessarily want to shout out, but Mike apparently was there at SDCC, and on Thursday there was a wheel that had numbers up to 40, and he and his buddy were like 35 and 36 or something, and when they got up to the wheel, there was one transformer there, and his buddy noticed it, so Mike spun the wheel, and he won. He claimed the transformer, they gave it to him, and he left. Great. Then there were rumblings that something was accidentally given to a fan as a prize that wasn't supposed to be given to a fan as a prize because it wasn't a final version of it. It was something that they were still working on and whatnot. Anyway, the next day he came back, he found the guy that was the head apparently of the Hasbro display and was like, was I not supposed to get this? And the guy said, you absolutely weren't. That apparently is not even a final copy. So the guy gave it back. Apparently, he was told to come back to the booth at the end of the convention, and they'd give him something cool, whatever that was. And on top of that, he's also, once, I guess, Code Red is done and out in production, he will also be sent by rights the Code Red that he actually won. I got to say, that's actually stand up. They accidentally gave him something. They ended up taking it back because it wasn't a finished sample or whatever. He could have kept it. He could have kept it and not say a word. But he gave it back, and you know what? They gave him something at the end of the show. Evidently, I haven't heard what that was or anything, and he's going to get his Code Red. That's stand-up. I hope it actually is true. I hope it actually works out because that would be a stand-up thing, and it's not often that I get a chance to give Hasbro credit, but I give credit where it's due. The Troop Builder Pack, we've seen some images of that. Now I want 3 of them, because the images we saw had obviously 3 packs, and you would have one guy with an alternate head, and the other 2 had the alternate heads that were in there. And of course, in that pack, we have Quintesson troopers, and like there was 3 of them, and one of them had one type of head, and the other 2 flanking him had different types of head. I love that sort of stuff, right? It's also the Auto Troopers from Animated. It is 3 Seekers. They're all the same, of course, from all 3 packs. And Alicons, right? Or Bailiffs, if you will. So, like, they're great sets. We've seen them. They're good molds. They're all reuses. I like all 4 of those molds. If you don't know what I'm talking about, one is the Siege Ironhide mold. Another is the Skullgrin mold, which a lot of people don't like. I do. The Seeker, the Earthrise Seeker mold, so the Earth mode Seeker. And the last one is the Alicon. So cool. SDCC, Freddy as Megatron, Funko Freddy as Megatron. That's a thing that we've seen images of now. Rise of the Beasts Special Edition will be shown in Peru. That will include 29 extra minutes of like deleted scenes and background stuff and like thank yous, because Peru was like so welcoming to them when they were filming there, and apparently 3 million people in Peru now have gone like to see the film and stuff, and it's been like a huge hit over there. That event, that special edition with the extra half hour of footage, will air between tomorrow, and no, today, the 27th, I'm sorry, and August 2nd, to coincide as part of the celebrations for Peruvian Independence Day. I think that's really cool. They're showing like a thanks to a country that hosted them at what is an important time there when they have celebrations going on. I think that's really neat. By the way, Rise of the Beast now on Paramount Plus if you have Paramount Plus. Jolt, size of a minicon, I already said that, better articulated. I already mentioned, I didn't talk about New Age. New Age showed off more variations of their sludge, 4 more variations. It amazes me how many variations New Age manages to pull off of stuff, including a toy accurate deco, shattered glass, a version of their G2 now with a new sword and a new blaster, and a G1 toy version. There are some different dino heads on a couple of them. Like I think the Shattered Glass one has a different dino head. And one of the other ones has a different like robot head. I think the comics one looks pretty cool. In the comics one, the black on him is more metallic blue, but I think it looks pretty cool. Jurassic Park JP12, we saw images of. Dude got a heck of a backpack on him. It's obviously meant in robot mode to, mimic the glasses wearing, tubby, underhanded, deceitful Dennis Nerdy, however you say his name, Nedry. Maybe it's Nedry. Maybe I'm saying it wrong the whole time. Maybe it's Nedry. But man, he has the whole roof is on the back. It looks like a whole lot of backpack, baby. The Marvel Sunbow Archive. They have up now paperwork from Wally Burr. Of course, Wally Burr was the voice director, and you can see a lot of how he organized and kept track of like what actors voiced what characters and stuff. It's interesting to see. We're almost done with the news, thankfully. Jada and Nerf sightings, if you want those, and ACG Hong Kong 3.0 showed off their gray Optimus Primal that we've seen that's quite large. Their Optimus Prime and their Bumblebee, the Optimus Prime and Bumblebee are colored samples, but they also unveiled for the first time their gray Mirage, who's a little smaller, probably in line with their Bumblebee, about 16 centimeters, I'm thinking. And Rise of the Beast Scourge, the gray scale version. Man, oh man, nails the movie robot. Really nails it. Of course, 3.0. These are high end. They're going to be well painted, very high articulated. They do not transform, but boy, oh boy, if you want a display of the movie robots, wow, oh wow, looking really, really good. Okay, let's do trivia. And I'll check it with you guys, and then we'll do the unboxing and get out of here. The trivia tonight, I think, is a simple one. I think the trivia tonight is super duper easy. Are you ready? The trivia tonight in Earthspark. So you've got to be watching Earthspark. Which Terran is Mo closest to? So the human Mo wearing one of those things. Who is she closest to? Is she closest to Thrash? A. Is she closest to Twitch? B. Hashtag C. Nightshade? D. Or Jawbreaker? E. Not often do I give an E. So who is she closest to? Thrash, Twitch, hashtag Nightshade, or Jawbreaker? Who is she closest to? We'll see what you guys say in a minute when I get down that far. Let's go up here to about. Dragonfly says, I'm down for the new Magnus. I'm down for the new Magnus as well, says Ninja Bell. Hey, Eyes. The Scum's already got the hot shot with Jolt. Well, of course they do. I wouldn't know because I don't treat them like they're. You know what? I don't treat them like they exist. And as soon as I discover something has associated with that garbage, I stop treating that like it exists in the world either. Let's see. Commander Rodimus, I found was actually at a Walmart. Weirdly enough, cool. Finally found Crosscut today. I like Crosscut. Honestly, I think he turned out really good. That's really great. I'm happy for Ninja Bill. I don't have the CW Magnus. Well, then you know what? If you don't have the CW Magnus, I can see getting the new one for sure. Hey, Crueler. I personally can't wait for the 86 Swoop, but likely won't see him until sometime next year. As I said, the listings are up at 2 stores. What they have said is that he will be leader class price, and he is slated for a spring 2024 release. So that falls right in line with what you're expecting. Almost forgot the first Walmart I went had Sludge and the Fallen. Yeah, some Legacy. Okay, cool. Still has 86 Starscream. That's because they put out a Voyager and gave it a chair and a little cape that's not even a cape, it's just a piece of plastic and a crown, and said, oh, now it's a leader, even though it's not. And, you know, thankfully, people have let it rot, so you should. Has Dennis ever seen the Armada side swipe? Actually looks like. Oh, the meltdown. I mean, I have, because I own Unicron Trilogy and have watched it. But when I tell you that I blocked the trauma out and I remember nothing about it, I mean, it's that bad. It is that bad. If I feel like my brain is like, if I don't block this out, I'm going to have like PTSD over Armada, or sorry, over Unicron Trilogy or something. Let me guess, Razor Bear. He looks like Wheeljack, doesn't he? I bet you that they reversed the two of them so they're both stupidly named. I bet you that's what they did. Bavers put names that clearly don't fit. I mean, Optimus fits. I can even see Bumblebee, but like, I don't know why they called Ratchet. I don't know why they called Ironhide. I could even see Jazz. I could see Megatron. Starscream did not look like Starscream in robot mode, but I could kind of see it. But like, you know, they call Brawl Devastator. Like, I don't know. Doesn't take much homework. Yeah, I mean, the wiki's right there for you. I'm just saying. I'm mad I didn't get Crasher. Hope you get him at some point, man. Hey, Eric. Well, I'm not too fussed over the hotshot. I am semi-hyped over the Dirge. Yeah. It's box teases. Now, a lot of people have said that. The green Dirge, I guess. I don't see it. I looked at that Dirge up and I looked at the box. I don't see what you guys are seeing. But you know what? I hope you get it. That's what I'm going to say. I hope you get that version of Dirge. Let's see. Guy has had it with those little humans. You're not wrong. Go all the way with weather catastrophe. Go home. Let's go down here. We already read that. Let's see here. Stranger Things crossover needs Hot Rod's Pizza Cutter. Oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I agree with you, man. That would make super sense. Stranger Things was awesome. In season 4, the other 3 seasons were man. I usually don't like crossovers, but I kind of like this one. I mean, I might watch it at some point, you know, but I got to the end of season 1, I was like, yeah, it's all right. And when season 2 came out, I was just like, yeah, I'll get to it eventually. And then 3 and now 4. I'm like, I never got back to it. Maybe I will at some point. I know G1 Magnus made a cameo in one episode. I never seen it. Okay. Let's go down here a little bit. Sounds better than sending the what? Pinkertrons after him. I don't know what that is, but okay. They should give him a variety choice or give him the opportunity to have a toy of an OC. I don't know what you're talking about there. What, Predaking is the one behind me? That would be the Unique Toys Warlord. Saw a review of the Nemesis, and the box had the Quintesson ship on it. I wonder if we're going to get that. We might. I feel like, I got to say, I'm just going to say it. I feel like they're really limping along and trying to make Titan still be a thing when they've ran the well obviously dry. And I think after they ran the well dry of everything that makes sense, they're like, what do we do now? And somebody was like, why don't we make the ships into Titans? And somebody was like, that's brilliant. And they done it with the Ark. And the reason I like that one is because I didn't want it for the Ark. I don't care about the Ark. I want it for the last Autobot. And now they're doing the Nemesis. I've heard that the Axelon will be up, which means the Predacon ship. And now you're saying a Quintesson ship. Maybe, I guess, if you want all these ships. The Troop Builder set will sell fast. Oh, I wouldn't necessarily say it's going to sell fast. No, it's a 4-pack. It's going to be expensive. It's not going to sell fast. It's depending on where you live and depending on how many, I guess, copies there are. People are either going to buy multiple or they're going to buy none. Either it's going to rot on the shelf or it's going to sell fast. I'm thinking there's a good chance it's going to rot on the shelf because a lot of people will be like, I don't know who any of these characters are. The only people that will buy it are going to be hardcore fans. It's as simple as that. You can say what you like. The POTP version. Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about now, so I'm just going to go down. A lot of people don't like me, Ninja Bill. That's the problem, buddy. I can't watch Blue Bloods. Just can't do it. To each their own. I've never seen it. I know it's on TV, but I've never watched it. I think they should just go back to re-release the Titans. A lot missed. I agree, Mike. I absolutely agree with you 100%. Titans are scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's what I feel like too. Like, it's some cool ideas and it's creative, but like the ships weren't Titans. They didn't have robots. I don't know why you're trying to shoehorn it in, and your prices are nuts. Like, I'm not sure what the Nemesis is in the States, but like, here she's $300 and she doesn't have the interactivity of Fort Max or Scorpion. Remember when SDCC was where they showed off the big Titan for the year, and it would be the centerpiece and everything would be built around that Titan? What happened to those days? Why is the centerpiece now a commander class? I feel like the Titan should have been the centerpiece, but that's just me. Okay, let's do the unboxing and get out of here. It's about that time. The unboxing tonight, very, very quick, very, very simple, but I'm excited about it. And it is the VNR Optimus Prime. And I actually really like the box. The box is a robust, nice box, man. And if I go down here, I can say, and this is going to go to my son, this is the trailer we should have gotten all along. This is the coloration. This is going to go to my son. And the one that he has, I'm probably going to end up kind of doing some custom paint on the side of it or something and pairing it probably with my Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. And this cap, not bad at all. Surprisingly good with a very interesting and unique design underneath an Optimus transformation. I actually really, really like it. I could tell you now when I do the review, I am 150% changing the head on this guy and the Earthrise Optimus, because this guy has the single best Optimus Prime head sculpt I think I've ever seen. It is spot on, perfect to G1. So I'm going to put it on what I think is the best body for G1. I'm going to give the other one to this guy. And I'm kind of thinking about what I might use this as. I'd love to be able to customize this into a Thunder Clash. We'll see. But VNR Optimus. Yeah, that's what I got this week. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. We are done once again for another week. And I am going to bring that down. And I'm going to say, thank you for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring. Or, of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, man. Stick around. Have some fun with us here on the channel. Tomorrow will be Thrash. Monday will be the top 10 Transformers that you were reluctant to buy and ended up loving. Tuesday is going to be this guy. A lot of stuff coming up, man. I still got to get Starscream wife to do some voices so that I can get working again and crack a lacking on Universal Collision. Please don't forget, man, that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you right there, you do make a difference in the world. Saturday night, I forgot about this. Saturday night, I'm going to try and be there. I might not be there. I'm going to have to wait and see how it goes. But Ultra Megatronus, he has a show Saturday night. I'm pretty sure Ninja Bill is going to be there and some of our other friends. I might, if I can. We'll see. But for now, don't forget that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams right here on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way. You know what I'm going to say right here inside the videos.